One of the most dangerous characteristics of a professional and personal collapse is that the morning always feels completely bulletproof. The system does not issue early warning signs or clear milestones before it drops the axe. It operates strictly on the accumulation of your unmonitored behavioral data points. October 19th, 2022. I woke up, laced my boots, and clocked into a standard shift running a service truck for the Hydro One facility in Sudbury. I was a Red Seal power lineman doing the work that I was trained to do. By noon, my manager pulled me back to the office. By 3, my career, my freedom, and my identity were completely dismantled. When my manager pulled my truck off the road just after noon, he looked at me in his office and asked me a simple question. What did you do wrong? Before I could process the spike in my chest, he let me know that it wasn't him who wanted to see me for the meeting. It was actually his manager. I didn't even have an answer to give my direct manager, nevertheless the area manager. But I walked into that area's manager's office entirely blind, scared, and administratively disorganized. He didn't yell, he didn't create an administrative scene. He simply told me to grab a seat, handed me a cold bottle of water. Oh boy. That water bottle is the universal indicator that the perimeter had already been compromised. As soon as I sat down, 3 individuals dressed in civilian street clothing walked through the door. 2 men and 1 woman. They didn't arrive in a marked cruiser with flashing arrays. They deployed an undercover asset in the parking lot to maintain an operational OPSEC on the site. Turns out, they were the police. Right around 3 o'clock, just before the shift window was closing at 3:30, that's when the rest of the crew was pulling back into the yard, backing their service rigs into the yard, logging their daily sheets. Everybody was coming in for the day to head home. While my coworkers were checking their logs and getting ready to head home to their families, I was being marched out across the asphalt in handcuffs and loaded into the back of a police cruiser. Every single poor decision I had ever made in my addiction, every instance where I thought my substances and lifestyle choices weren't leaving an administrative trail, had finally caught up to me, in front of the people that I worked with. The physical reality of an arrest causes an immediate neurological shutdown. For the next hour inside that room, I was hyperventilating so violently that the officers could not legally read me my rights. I was not comprehending anything. My stomach completely bottomed, and I watched my trade, my credentials, and my future flash before my eyes, while my brain looped on a single line. This can't be real. This can't be happening. This must be a dream. During my subsequent legal proceedings, I spent months trapped in the what if loop. What if I had noticed that odd vehicle in the parking lot earlier? What if I had skipped the meeting at the office entirely, got in my personal car, and just drove away? Trade's logic demolishes that delusion. Running away does not clear the load-bearing liabilities of your case. It merely prolongs the inevitable systematic pain of a crisis you are wholly and fully responsible for engineering. I made my bed through my own personal and operational decisions. Now I delay in it. But here's a critical operational blind spot that families and sometimes defense counsel encounter at this exact milestone. When the structural collapse occurs, the individual in handcuffs is functionally paralyzed. They are in a state of profound psychological shock, completely incapable of managing bail logistics, notifying employers cleanly, or protecting their household's remaining assets. The panic instantly bleeds outward, hitting the spouse, the parents, and the household finances. This is where families lose thousands by executing erratic, fear-based movements before they even know what the facility of the individual is being routed to. Criminal defense counsel are retained exclusively to litigate jurisprudence inside the Superior Court. They are block-free mechanics. They are not built to handle your family's domestic fallout or offload client emotional panic. The perimeter requires an objective, neutral subcontractor who has walked that exact line and executed the stabilization framework. If your household baseline is currently cracking under system pressure, do not attempt a blind repair while the machine is still active. Secure independent legal counsel for the courtroom briefs, and then go to the unpolishedpath.ca to secure your operational perimeter. Join me every Friday at 4 p.m. EST for the live end of shift briefing for any questions, concerns you may have.